Any guard, any clear, punch your fascists in the face! We already know.
We want to show you some video from within the last hour. We've highlighted for you as some fights broke out in this crowd. Again, we know 2 people have been detained as emotions are high and tensions are high, as we saw some of those protesters clashing with people waiting in line to get inside. We know the university has added enhanced security measures. They've called in a lot of police from Berkeley as well as UC Berkeley, and Turning Point USA has also hired some of their own independent security to be on campus.
I tell you some people, if they're going to talk about, cutting people out, you can't go to the US, here's some people that they should just deport to make room for some people to come into the country. Of course, you know about the death of Charlie Kirk, and we've talked, when it happened, about people in the US in particular mocking the death of Charlie Kirk. Of course, he was shot in the neck while he was practicing free speech. And, it was the ultimate attack on free speech, right, in front of a crowd of people at a university campus in Utah. We were talking last week about a teacher here in Australia, in Adelaide, who went to Halloween dressed up as Charlie Kirk, and how distasteful that was. We'll take a look at these people in California who rocked up to a Turning Point event. And of course, Turning Point was Charlie Kirk's outfit, shouting these lovely words.
You're dead, homie! You're dead, homie! You're dead, homie! You're dead, homie!
F your dead homie. I mean, for goodness sake. And they're holding up signs, they're saying that they're anti-fascist. Yes, because anti-fascists are well known for endorsing political violence. That is surely as close to incitement to violence as you can find. If you're standing in a public place shouting F your dead homie when someone has been shot in the neck, surely you are just fomenting people to go and do the same thing to others.
Yeah, and apparently the group that led these protests, these happened at UC Berkeley, which is a notoriously left-wing progressive college in California. And the student group that spearheaded it was Antifa, the anti-fascist group that has now been designated as a domestic terror group in the United States. So what I don't understand is how they're still actually able to operate freely. Why have they not been cracked down on? They have been designated a domestic terror group. They're continuing to go out into the streets. They had hundreds of police at the university to protect the students who wanted to go to the Turning Point event from the hundreds of students who formed this violent mob. They let off flares, fireworks, obviously chanted those disgusting chants. But where are the authorities? Where is the police? And how are they able to hold the whole campus hostage? I mean, you've got a president now that's made it very clear this kind of behaviour won't be tolerated. So we need to see some real action, because that is not okay.
No, it's not. And the problem is, and the problem for authorities is, Antifa isn't really an organisation. It's more of a movement. And so it's like sort of trying to slap the cuffs on running water. You've just got people who might happen to believe these things, but do they have a membership card? No. So, but the lamest thing about this, though, is that you've got, again, like you said, UC Berkeley, right? University of California, Berkeley, and San Francisco, the people who put flowers in their hair in the summer of love. And now they're trying to sound all street, like they're rocking the corners and like, F your dead homie, what'd you do? Pop a cap in his ass. Like, these are the lamest, whitest, upper middle class socialist university students you could possibly get, but they're trying to sound like they're sort of, down with the homies. And that I reckon is just one of the most interesting things, because ultimately with Antifa is they're cry bullies. They're people who do horrible, horrible things and attack people in various cowardly ways. And there's been stories of them throwing, large cups filled with, cement or whatever at people and horrible things. But then if you say anything back, they go, "Oh, you're a fascist, stop oppressing me." But now they're trying to sound like, what, cool?
Yeah.
It's like,
Bring back water cannons, I reckon.
Exactly.
Just get the water cannons out.
Get rid of all of them.